Good evening and welcome to Jeo Tv online news at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail and with me is
Rashidat Marino.
The news headlines. Senate constitute 20-member committee for National Security Summit.
Federal government to track compliance with Nigerian force policy.
Nigeria to partner Australia, Rwanda on mining, gender reforms.
Army seeks civil-military cooperation to fight against insurgency.
Customs warn importers against false declarations.
Federal government to unveil 3 programs for family unity, curbing poverty.
NEMA of states to provide grants ahead of floods.
Niger State approves 6 months maternity leave for women.
The Senate yesterday constituted a 20-member committee to plan a national security summit towards addressing persistent security challenges across the country. Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced the committee during the plenary yesterday after a majority of the senators supported it through voice vote. Akpabio said the committee will be chaired by Senate leader Okweme Bamidele, while Yaya Abdullahi would serve as vice chairman.
The federal government has said it will begin assessing the performance of all ministries, departments and agencies based on their compliance with the Nigerian force policy, which prioritizes patronage of locally made goods and services. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Oduwole, discussed this on Thursday, noting that the policy will now serve as a key performance metric under the Central Coordinating Delivery Unit of the Presidency. She said the policy is a re-emphasis by President Bola Tinubu on the need to promote local content and industrialization by putting Nigeria first in non-government dealings, particularly procurement.
The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has sought partnerships with Australia and Rwanda to enhance women's representation in governance, security, and mining, among other areas. Kalu made the call in a separate meeting on Thursday with both countries' embassies delegation led by Leilani Binjuda from Australia and Christopher Bazibamu from Rwanda at the National Assembly, Abuja. He told the delegations that Nigeria is rich in natural resources and the mining sector offers huge potential for growth and development.
In a renewed effort to address rising insecurity and strengthen the relationship between security forces and civilians, the Nigerian Army has deepened its civil-military cooperation initiative across the country. The move, spearheaded by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, emphasized non-kinetic approaches to security as a complement to ongoing military operations. Speaking during a recent outreach program in Sokoto, the Army General, who was represented by Rear Admiral Olusoya Abiodun Bankole, the Chief of Defense, Civil-Military Relations, highlighted the significance of winning the trust and confidence of communities.
The Nigeria Customs Service, Federal Operations Unit, Zone A Ikeja, has said it will leverage on intelligence-driven operations to tackle smuggling. This is as the unit warned importers and their clearing agent against false declarations. The Customs Area Controller in charge of the unit, Mohammed Shuaibu, stated this when he received members of the Shipping Correspondents Association of Nigeria in Lagos. Shuaib promised to deploy his wealth of experience to navigate the unit's complexities and implement intelligence-driven operations.
As Nigeria joined the rest of the world to commemorate the International Day of Families, the federal government has unveiled plans to launch 3 major national initiatives aimed at strengthening family cohesion, protecting vulnerable children, and combating poverty as the grassroots. The Minister of Human Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, made this known in a statement signed by a special advisor on media and publicity, Jonathan Eze, on Friday. According to the minister, the initiative set to be launched under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda are bold, strategic responses to the growing challenges facing families across the country, especially in urban areas battling rising living costs, insecurity, and eroding social bonds.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has asked state governments to prepare and provide safer grounds for residents who may be affected by the predicted floods this year. 43 local government areas in 12 states are said to be within the high-risk areas. Also, 12 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, with 27 local government areas, are considered to fall within the moderate flood risk areas.
The Niger State Governor, Muhammadu Bago, has extended maternity leave for women in the state from 3 months to 6 months, saying it will give ample care to care for their babies and themselves. The governor made this known during the week's Executive Council meeting at the Council Chamber of the Government House, Mina, where he announced other entitlements for the benefits of the residents. He said the leave extension will help them become more productive when they resume, and directed the head of service, Abubakar Idris, to work on modalities for the proper implementation of the policy.
And that will be all on Just Events Online News at 9. Here's a recap of the story. Senate constitutes 20-member committee for National Security Summit.
Federal government should track compliance with Nigeria First policy.
Nigeria Army partner Australia, Rwanda on mining, gender reforms.
Army seeks civil-military cooperation in fight against insurgency.
Customs warn importers against false declarations.
Federal government to unveil 3 programs for family unity, curbing poverty.
NEMA of states to provide safer grounds ahead floods.
Niger State approves 6 months maternity leave for women.
Thank you for watching Just Events Online News. Value your today with a good thought of tomorrow, and never let what comes your way today overwhelm you. For more news, visit www.justeventsonline.com, and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Just Events Online. You can also send us an email on justeventsonline@gmail.com. I am Anifa Ismail, and with me,
Rashidat Moreno.
good night and have a blessed weekend.